AI blogging day 79, quick update. Today is July 2nd. We currently have 95 posts and pages indexed. The last update here inside of Google Search Console is from Friday, June 30th. You can see here 95 posts and pages indexed. We still have 80 that aren't indexed for various reasons. Checking out performance, let's go ahead and go up. You can see here July 31st. We'll change this and go out to July 1st, not 31st, hit apply. And you can see here clicks and impressions headed towards 9,000 impressions. Back inside of ChatGPT, we've been working on these blog posts. I ask it, go ahead and give me the 4 blog post titles and keywords. It nailed the keywords, but this, and I actually like this title, meteorite value, what's your space rock worth? This is for the keyword, how much is a meteorite worth. But as you can see, the title that we came up with is Unveiling the Worth of Meteorites, a Comprehensive Guide. This was based on the information inside of Rank IQ. Course for Astronomy Quiz, Frequently Asked Space Questions. We used Rank IQ to grade our post inside of the Content Optimizer. You can see and remember here we had an A++. And if we want to go ahead and go back into our reports, here we have the reports. These are the remaining blog posts that we're going to create to get to 100. Hopefully get to at least 100 created and hopefully 100 posts ranked and indexed. But what we're looking at now is the archived ones because we want to look at the post that we wrote here, Astronomy Love Quotes inside of Rank IQ. We have our report here, but if we click this green Optimize button, it takes us over. We can optimize our content. And to do that, we'll go ahead and we'll go into the Love Quotes post. And we will select all of that and make sure we got it all selected. Hit copy, take that back, and we will paste that in. Here you can see we only have a grade of B because we are a little short on the number of words. That's easy enough to fix. Come over here to unused, click on unused, and then take all these keywords. And then what I'll do is I'll take all these keywords and then figure out how to use those keywords in a section here and then have ChatGPT write that section. And then we'll check that grade in the next update. Because I want to go back to ChatGPT because I said, great, thanks. And I want to analyze the blog post, the first blog post we wrote using Rank IQ to finish out these 100 blog posts as we head towards day 100. Now analyze the blog post title, Astronomy Quiz, Frequently Asked Space Questions for the main keyword, astronomy questions against the top competition, and devise a plan to beat them. Please give me a step-by-step plan to include any content that needs to be added to have the best chance to outrank the competition. So SEO Core AI and ChatGPT came up with this plan right here. You can pause and read all those steps, but my focus here was on step number 2, content enhancement. So I went ahead and asked ChatGPT, okay, please do number 2, or the recommendation for content enhancement, step number 2 of the plan. And sure, here's how we can enhance the content of the blog post. Astronomy Quiz, Frequently Asked Space Questions. It talks about adding or redoing the introduction. Then it goes through some additional questions that we can answer, and it also gives a suggestion for the conclusion. Now, I don't actually agree with any of this, where I think ChatGPT can do better by actually reading the blog post first, and then we can try to get it to take an expert opinion as an SEO editor and as an expert around astronomy. But I can tell it didn't read the post because it didn't use the correct subsection headlines. And these questions, what is astronomy? Why is astronomy important? And do astronomers study the universe? Actually, I think the first 2. If you were to go back into Grooveblog and go into the post, when we open the editor and scroll down to the basics of astronomy, what is astronomy? Why is astronomy important? And then you can see here, the last question, how do astronomers study the universe, is not this section. So that might be a good question to add. But in reality, I think that this suggestion is just based on the general idea of what might be contained in the blog post. I don't think it actually read the blog post. So at this point, what I'm going to ask it to do is please read the blog post and give it the URL, and then give me a new analysis for number 2 of the plan. We're going to hit go and send that message and see what we get back. Here you can see it's using WebPilot to reach out and read the blog post. I don't know if it'll actually use SEO Core AI or it gets all the information it needs, but here you can see that it is using SEO Core AI, and I assume that it used WebPilot, and of course you can always click here. to actually see the requests and the responses if you want to get super nerdy about what it's doing and really want to work to understand everything that's going on in the background between the plugins and ChatGPT. For me, I'm typically just interested in what ChatGPT comes up with as far as the content or the answers. I'm not really interested in trying to be a tech wizard between plugins and ChatGPT. My years and the time I spent in IT, at this point, I'm just letting other people figure out all the nerdy knobs and how they twist and where to twist them. I just want to push a button and let them do the things that I need them to do. Here's the result. The blog post title, Astronomy Quiz, Frequently Asked Space Questions on the website Universe Unriddled, is an engaging and informative piece that covers a wide range of astronomy-related topics. The post structure as a quiz with each question followed by a detailed explanation. It goes on to talk about the second question and give some information there. Here is the SEO analysis. Go ahead and pause and read that. And then here are the recommendations. The content is already well optimized, but there's room for improvement. Of course, there's always room for improvement. Consider adding more related keywords and phrases that users might search for. Of course, I think at this point, if people land here, they're going to want a plethora of questions, but we need to get indexed first and then see how we rank or where we rank, because we just wrote this blog post. And I think this type of analysis really comes into play later on down the road, but I want to go ahead and do this just to make sure that we have an idea of what we created and what we can do. And as we move out towards the day 100 of the final day 100 of this case study, we have a good idea of where we need to go and what we need to keep doing to see how we can get the most out of this content that we've created over 100 days. The next one is the page could benefit from more internal and external links to relevant content. Yes, I agree with that. Adding a sitemap. We don't have a sitemap like the one it's looking for, again, because we're using Grooveblog. We covered that as well here in the 100 days. The site could also benefit from more backlinks from authoritative sites in the astronomy field to increase its site authority. I agree with that. If you agree with that, give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you're having fun, let me know in the comments what you think, what you're learning, and what you want to see before we get to day 100. And that concludes today's update. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.